Good morning everyone and welcome to our course of written expression for first year Lamdjed from BISKRA University. In this course we are going to cover the whole syllabus of first year Lamdjed for the module of written expression. As you know that in this module we are concerned with the different rules and norms of writing in academic English. And our main objective is to enable our students by the end of this syllabus to write good, correct and academic paragraphs. Now, before we deal with the issue of paragraph, of course, we start this series of lessons by introducing first the basic unit or element in the paragraph, which is the English sentence. So, in our first lessons of this course, we'll try to decode, highlight, analyze, study the structure of the English sentence and its major parts and components. Now, let's start first with the definition of the English sentence. As you know, a sentence is what? A group of words. But these words are not fragmented, they are related, right? They are related in terms of structure and also in terms of meaning. That's why we usually define a sentence as a group of related words, which expresses a complete thought, a complete thought or idea. Now, today we will start first with the major division, right? Or the two major parts of the English sentence. Any sentence, as you know, has two central elements in English, which are the subject and the verb. The subject and the verb. Good. Today we will try to focus in this lesson, and study the first, major part of any English sentence, which is the subject. Now, if we want to define a subject, usually, we say that the subject, as we all know, is normally represents the element, which does, the action in a sentence, Or even we say also that it is the element which is described by the verb, in the sentence. It means the subject is the element which does the action in case if the verb is action verb, and the element which is described by the verb in case we have a state verb, simply. Now in English, we have three types of subjects. We try today to highlight these three types, and also we try to learn about the different features of each type, and how we can identify, and figure out the type of any subject in any sentence, we encounter. So, let's start always with a simple example. So, today I will start first with types of subject. We can say that today's lesson is entitled Types of Subject. For example, we write Ali bought a car. Now, as you see here, we have this simple sentence, which consists of a group of words and expresses a complete thought or idea. Now this sentence, like any other simple sentence, has two major parts, two main parts. The first part is the subject, and the second part, which includes the verb as its central element, we call it the predicate. It's called the predicate, and it is the subject of our next lesson also. So here I have this sentence, which consists of Ali as a subject, right? And bought a car, alright, is the second part of my sentence. This second part, which usually starts from the verb on or which consists of the verb plus the other elements which are related to the verb, is called predicate. This part is called predicate. Predicate is what? The verb plus the other elements which are related to the verb. Now let's focus now on our subject, which is the subject. Ali here is what? It is a noun. Right, here it's a single noun. Awli Ali alone. Awli Ali alone here. Without any other element, okay, next to it. So, in English, in case we have our subject, okay, in the form of awli a noun alone, this subject, okay, is called simple subject. Simple subject. It means the simple subject in English represents the noun itself alone. Clear? The noun alone. So we write here simple subject. This is the first type of subjects. Equals noun alone. Now, if you want to replace the word, okay, or the noun Ali with another element, of course, I'm going to use the pronoun he. Alright, he. And we write he bought a car. So here also I have another sentence, which consists, of course, and also of always the two major parts. The subject, okay, and the predicate, which consists of the verb plus its modifiers and other elements. We put our slash always to divide these two major parts. Here is my subject, and here is my predicate. Predicate, which starts from usually the verb on. To the end of the sentence. Good. Now here also, in this example, I have only a single pronoun. Clear? A pronoun alone. So, likewise, as we have here a single noun, alright, and we call it simple subject. Here also, when we have a single pronoun, also we call it simple subject. Simple subject. So both of them are simple subjects. Simple subjects. Simple subjects. So if you want to define a simple subject in English, we say that it's either a single noun or single pronoun. When they come alone. So we add here simple subject equals noun alone or pronoun alone. Or we say single noun or single pronoun. Good. This is the first type of subject. Now, if I want to extend, my subject in the sentence and add to it some elements or modifiers. For example, I write here the smart Ali bought a car. Bought a car. Now here I want to divide my sentence into its two major parts. Always we start first by dividing any simple sentence into its two major parts. The subject, alright, and the predicate. Clear? The subject represents usually, okay, the doer of the action and all what comes to modify it. And the predicate, the verb, and all what comes to also modify it or relate to it. Good. So here is my verb. Usually I find first the verb, okay, to put my slash before it as a divided line between predicate and the subject. Here is my verb, but my verb. So I put my slash here. Divide my subject from my predicate. These are my first or my two major parts. Here it is subject as a whole major part, and here it is my predicate as also my second whole major part. Now let's go back to our issue of the subject. Here we said whenever we have a single pronoun or noun, it's called simple subject. Now in this example I have Ali, right, which is my simple subject. Right. In this, okay, example, it's allow. Here it's allow. Right. But here I have my simple subject plus what? Smart is what? Adjective. And the is what? Article. And you know in English, the articles act as modifiers. Clear? As modifiers and also as adjectives also. Good. Now here I have my simple subject noun allow, the noun allow, sorry, plus two modifiers or even one modifier, adjective or any phrase also it can be. So in this case, when I have a single noun or pronoun plus, alright, modifiers, either before it or even after it, clear? And these modifiers are elements which modify, okay, and relate to this simple subject. In this case, this type is called complete subject. It's called complete subject. This is the second type of number one, number two. Second type of subject is called the complete subject. It's called why complete subject? Because it consists of our single noun or simple subject plus other modifiers, plus other elements which come to modify it. That's why it's called complete subject. Clear? So here we write, the second type is the complete subject, which equals single noun, or single pronoun plus modifiers. Okay, plus modifiers. They can be adjectives which can describe this noun. Okay. Also, they can place either before this simple subject or after it. For example, Ali on the balcony, or Ali in the street or in the market bought a car. Ali in the market. So in the market here modifies. Okay, modifies. Ali, okay, subject Ali, that's why it's a part of this subject and it forms to us a complete subject. So this is our second type of subject. Now, if I want to use here two simple subjects together and join them by the following conjunction, I have example Ali and Sa'id together bought a car. Ali and Saeed bought a car. Now here also I will first divide my sentence into its two major parts. The first major part is the subject. Second is the predicate. I will first find my verb to put the divided line between the two parts. Okay, before this verb, usually. Here is my verb. I put my slash here to divide my subject. Clear? From my second part, which is the predicate. The predicate. Now here I have, in the first case, one single noun or one single pronoun, and we called it simple subject. Here I have one single noun plus, okay, other elements, okay, which modify it. Means single noun plus, or simple subject, plus its modifiers, and we called it complete subject. In this case, I have two simple subjects together, which are joined by conjunction of coordination, either and sometimes also we use or. Clear? And or. Alright. Ali or Sa'id, or Ali and Sa'id. Here I have simple subject number 1, and here simple subject number 2. So in this case, when I have 2 or even more, clear? 2 or even more single nouns or pronouns, okay, he and she, for example, alright, joined by one of these conjunctions of coordination, okay, mainly or and. Now, these two simple subjects together, alright, or single nouns together, pronouns together, form to me the third type of subjects, which is called the compound. The compound subject. Now, what's a compound subject? A compound subject is a subject which consists of 2 or more simple subjects. It means 2 or more single nouns or single pronouns joined together by usually and or or. Okay, and or or. I refer to me this third type, which we call number 3 here. It's number 3. Compound. Compound subject. What do we have here? I have simple subject. It means what? It means noun or pronoun. Allow. Clear? Noun or pronoun. Allow. Joined to another simple subject. Always noun or pronoun. Right. Here we write allow. Allow. Clear? Ahmed and Ali. He and she. Right. So, 2 simple subjects or even more joined usually by and or. They form to me this type. Right. This type of subject, which is the compound subject. Compound subject. Only as a remark also about the compound subject, in case, okay, we have 2 cases here to form a compound subject. Either we use these 2 conjunctions of coordination, and even if we use the conjunctions or correlative conjunctions, the correlative conjunctions like either Ahmed, either Ali or Sa'id, both Ali and Sa'id, neither Ahmed nor Sa'id, here also, okay, as we have two simple subjects, clear, joined by this correlative conjunction, either or, okay, both and, neither nor, here also it is a compound subject. Compound subject. But usually we have two, okay, single noun or pronoun joined by or and. Clear? Or and. Here also we can simplify this structure by writing here simply. Simplify, okay, this structure. Noun, clear? Or pronoun, noun, joined by another noun. Or pronoun by means of, okay, and or clear, or. Now here are the three types, okay, of the English subject that we usually find in any sentence. If it is only single noun alone or single pronoun alone, it's called simple subject. If we find this single or simple subject, okay, modifier or plus other elements or modifiers which come to modify it, usually adjectives or phrases, we call it, this group, all of it, complete subject. If we find or we have two single nouns or more, or two single pronouns or more, right, joined by or and or even the correlative conjunctions, we call it compound subject. Compound because it has, okay, a series of elements. Okay, a series of elements, a series of simple subjects, okay, together, joined by these coordinators. So, thanks so much for your attention, okay, and attentiveness for our first lesson. Please, okay, follow us, okay, with our next series of lessons. Next time we'll try to identify and explore, okay, the second major part, which is the predicate with its also three counterpart types. See you then. Now, only as a remark about, okay, the simple subject. Now, this simple subject, it can be either singular noun or even plural noun. Clear? What matters is that it should be one single unit. Clear? If you write children but, clear, teachers said, here children and teacher also represent simple subject. Here also when we say they or he, both of them are single, okay, units. So here also it is a simple subject. Alright, simple subject. So the simple subject is a single noun, whether this noun is singular or even plural. Clear? Female or male, doesn't matter. What matters, but it must be one single, okay, noun or pronoun alone, without any modifiers. Thank you.